do cocaine with? Do you still talk?
I did it by myself.
Good. That's a fun way to do it.
Fuck yeah.
Chopping outlines at home.
Yeah. I'd change outfits and come back in and be a different guy doing it.
Dude, ready to get you know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
I'm from outer space, I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm gold, I've been far away, I'm illuminated, I'll make a move, start a waves. I've been dreaming about flying for a long time.
Is that better? Now we got. So I forgot to unplug my other fucking cord out of there. All right, bet, sweet, awesome. Oh God. Ow, yeah. Well, first thing I got to do is start the day off with a nice dabby wabby, you know. And B, thank everybody that, first off, I have to give a couple of thanks. I'd like to thank, the assholes in the world, the bullies, and the Karens. And I think I'll leave the thanks those thanks for today. The reason I'm giving them thanks is because without those people, entertainment would be boring. It really would be boring. It'd almost be non-existent. I always like a good Karen flick, you know? You know those YouTube things where you got that lady, hey, you can't do that, I'm gonna call the police on you. But, alright, so, I'm gonna throw a challenge out there. I know it's gonna be a difficult one because I've talked to quite a few people and I understand the reasoning why behind it, but I don't care because I want some, because I like it. But if anybody out there knows anybody that's making shatter, right? Some really good shatter, hit me in the DM box and let me know, because I want some shatter. I love fucking shatter. I like it, and I understand it's not profitable because, you're getting, right now wholesale grams of wax going like $40, $50. Yeah. Ready? Here we go. Ooh, yeah. You know where's John? Oh, fuck yeah. I think Apothecary might actually have some shatter. I'm not for sure. And man, those guys have came to the OG Cup. And I think they were there year 2 and year 1, I believe, I think. Because they won awards. And their shit is fire, man. They got some great deals too on live rosin that are fucking splendid. Splendid shit. Alright, so let's get into it. Some crazy shit. And I don't know if anybody and I don't, god dang it, I did it again. If you guys remember, there was a proposal from the House on a bill about media, where people like me and DC and John Frazier and anybody that does lives, or anybody that, for that matter, like could be seen in a reporter, journalist, whatever, blogger, whatever. There was a senator that was proposing a bill for mandatory licensing, saying you had to get a license to post media and do media stuff because of all this propaganda. That's why hence why I put the dumbass. This entity is known to spread. That's one of the things that you were supposed to put place on certain stories or whatnot. They wanted you to do a background check, have an insurance bond. A drug test, all these crazy things, right? And of course, hold on just a second. Of course, everybody's like, "Oh man, that's First Amendment, da da da," which I agree 100%. I do, and I was wondering why is Oklahoma trying to? I mean, that's not going to fly. Come on now, you know what I mean? That's fucking, and that's insane to me. Until, oh, and by the way, I'm covered no matter what. I've got my international press pass now. International press pass. All my credentials. So I'm good to go. But, so, shout out to American Press Association, United States Press Association, RT News. That's, yeah, see, well, and that's the thing. It's like, even if it's in private, it doesn't, like, anything, any type of, and this, okay, so, well, I'll get to that. So fast forward to yesterday, and, or probably even the day before, but I'm sure it's been brought up by President Trump once, the ban on TikTok. They didn't push it through when he was in office, of course, because they don't want to do anything he says, but, it's gone through. So, it was, and believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, this was surprising. We had the, we had the, Republicans voted, I think it was, there were more Republicans voted for it than Democrats, surprisingly, okay? A ban on TikTok, and so they're calling this HR 7521, It's called Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Application Act. Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Application Act. All right? They push this through. Anytime you see an act, it's not good, ladies and gentlemen, because an act is, let me give you an example. When we push through the, what was the, back when the Merrill building bombings happened and all that stuff. And then we had the whole, whatever that act was that they pushed through. We gave up a certain amount of freedoms because it looked good. Like, oh, we're going to protect you more. Oh, da-da-da. In order to get something, we give something up. And we don't even know we give it up half the time. So, and this, the HR 7521 is going to tie into what I believe, in my opinion, why Oklahoma was trying to present this on the floor, or if it's been presented, I don't know yet. I got to check on all that stuff. But, so once again, it's HR 7521, Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Application Act. Okay. Basically, they're saying that basically what it is you've got TikTok is Chinese owned, and China is our enemy, our adversary, whatever. And this basically, ladies and gentlemen, this TikTok has only been it was introduced like 2016, and it really didn't get popular until like 2018, 2019, right? And what they're doing here is they are. Hold on here. Let me get it up here. And I really wish I would have done this on my other phone, because it would have come out better. But all right, so and I'll tell you the link to this information. That way you guys can kind of watch it for yourself, and then, you know what I mean? That it's an hour long. It goes in great depth, but basically it entails, they're saying that TikTok has to be American owned if they want to function, blah, blah, blah. But in the summary, they talk about, I think I wrote it down, man. I swear I wrote all this shit down somewhere, but I'm stoned now, and so, you know, that's how that goes.
Let's get spicy, America. With our jalapeno pepper.
There's some the verbiage in there is real hard. It'd go over most people's head, but they're basically wanting to do, what they're saying is, if there's cover applications, and it's going to include and exclude certain things, but when you get down to the meat and potatoes of it, basically what they're wanting to do is, if they push this through, they say it won't affect American, you know, basically you're gonna, when they ban TikTok, right? It'll affect these. It'll affect everything. All right. So, here's kind of the body of the bill. Okay, a foreign person that is domiciled in, is headquartered in, has its principal place of business in, or is organized under the laws of foreign adversary country. All right. So that's A. B, an entity with respect to which a foreign person or combination of foreign persons described in subparagraph A directly or indirectly own at least a 20% stake in the app or whatever. C, a person subject to the direction or control of a foreign person or entity described in subparagraph A or B. So here's where it gets tricky. Okay, so a covered company. Covered company A, in general, the term covered company means an entity that operates directly or indirectly, including through a parent company, subsidiary, or affiliate, a website, desktop application, mobile application, or augmented or immersive technology application that is foreign, okay? So let me read that. A website, desktop application, mobile application, or augmented or immersive technology application, okay? That's a lot of stuff, okay? So it permits a user to create, now listen to this is important. It permits a user to create an account or profile to generate, share, and view text, images, videos, real-time communications, or similar content. This is what the law, this is what they're banning. So they're banning TikTok, and if any apps fall under this, they're trying to take those away. That means, if you think about it, let me read that again. So it can be, in general, a covered company, all right, is a website, desktop application, mobile application, augmented or immersive technology applications, okay? It permits a user to create an account, a profile, to generate, share, and view text, images, videos, real-time communication, or similar content. Has more than 100,000 monthly active users with respect to at least 2 of the 3 months preceding the date on which a relative determination of the president is made pursuant to paragraph 3B. That is fucking scary. Fucking scary. That's basically saying that the president,
Then they get back into the foreign control that.
okay, so that was the sub. Now here goes. This is where it gets real scary. Let's see here. Hold on, I gotta find it here. Let me get to all the parts here.
Now, the questionable part, the term covered company.
Hold on, we're almost here. Sorry about that. I should have been more organized, but okay. So let me read you the summary of what we've got here. Let me turn my screen this way. Oh God, no. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. So here's a summary of this. Okay, this bill prohibits distributing, maintaining, or providing internet hosting services for a foreign adversary-controlled application. However, the prohibition does not apply to a covered application that executes a qualified divestiture as determined by the president. All right. Under the bill, a foreign adversary-controlled application is directly or indirectly operated by BitDance, which is, the people of TikTok, or TikTok, including their subsidiaries or successors, or a social media company that is controlled by a foreign adversary and has been determined by the president to present a significant threat to national security. The prohibition does not apply to an application that is primarily used to post product reviews, business reviews, or travel information and reviews. What? The bill requires, here we go, the bill requires a covered application to provide a user with all available account data, including post photos and videos, at the user's request before the prohibition takes effect. We can already do that. Anytime you want your data, all you've got to do is ask and download your data. Right? Okay, so now remember, just listen. This is all supposed to be, it's a foreign adversary. So, meaning, let me go back. Under the bill, a foreign adversary controlled application. Okay? So, but the bill requires a covered application to provide a user. So basically a covered application, whatever, it's required that they provide you with availability to your account data. Okay? We're allowed to do that. But here's the thing. Guess who doesn't? TikTok. The government can't just go in and download your data anytime they want. So basically, this is a grab for control of all social media applications by the government. Because I'll tell you why, and let me show you why this is to
provide a user with.
I mean, this is wild.
What's going on here? And let me, before I go, because this is going to go over the covered companies, but let's go.
All right, so here we go. These are the definitions, and I've already gone through the A, B, and C. But controlled by a foreign adversary. The term "controlled by a foreign adversary" means with respect to a covered company or other entity that such company or other entity is deemed to be an adversary or a threat. Okay, so. And let me read you the definition of the covered company again, so you guys have that, and then we'll get to the covered company. Okay, in general, the term covered company means, and this is what means, an entity that operates directly or indirectly, including through a parent company, subsidiary, affiliate, a website, desktop application, mobile application, or augmented immersive technology application. Okay, that's what a covered company is. Okay. So,
place of business in, or is organized under term covered company, means that an entity that operates directly or indirectly.
Okay. And then, so these are other things underneath covered company, which means enables one or more users to view content generated by other users of the website, desktop application, mobile application, or augmented immersive technology application. That's fucking crazy. Okay? And like I said, the verbiage in this is not, it's not, so it's not like right in your face. It's not, like, it's really fucked up.
Generate, share, and view text, images, videos,
but
and real-time communications like this live stream or similar content.
So
that can be viewed by others. An entity that operates a web.
Okay. So then here's exclusion. Okay. The term covered company does not include an entity that operates a website, desktop application, mobile application, or augmented immersive technology application whose primary purpose is to allow users to post product reviews, business reviews, travel information, and reviews. So the term covered company does not include. So any application that has to do with business reviews, travel information reviews, product reviews won't be banned. All right. Foreign adversary controlled application. The term foreign adversary controlled action means a website, desktop, application, mobile. I've already read that one to you. Okay. So, but
Those that give reviews.
you have in the way they're presenting this bill, okay?
Then they get back into the foreign.
Notice the thing that I bring that up is because in all that I just read, nowhere in there does it say anything about foreign. Nothing about foreign. If you notice that. The whole act is based upon that. The whole act is the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Application Act. Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Application Act. Nowhere in those examples or definition or anything like that did it say foreign. Then it gets back to foreign adversary controlled applications, and it tells you any of BitDance, TikTok, a subsidiary of da-da-da. It goes right back into, then it gets back into it. But before that, no. So
I want y'all to understand that. So I want y'all to I want y'all to see how hard they are making this.
because they're doing two different things on it. Let me get here to the
Decide to post anything. They know what you are in real life. They know what your interests are.
So this bill was presented March 5th. And so I mean it's going fast. We're going over the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Application Act. You know, the ban of TikTok? Well, if you read further on down, it's not a ban on TikTok, it's a ban on all social media. Anything that posts, generates posts, stream videos, pictures, photos. The only ones that a cover company excludes are any applications that directly or indirectly post product reviews, travel reviews, and other reviews. All right? So that's why Oklahoma, in my opinion, was trying to pass that whole media thing, because they figured, oh shit, if it gets passed world, across the board, how can we cash in on this? Oh, wait. Well, then that means all the applications that they will be able to use that the president, but by the way, when does the president get to control what goes on the World Wide Web? Another country does not have to fucking follow our fucking rules. They have their own fucking laws. So why does our president think that he can take something off the World Wide Web? A web of people connecting information. It's a World Wide Web. It's not America's World Wide Web. Okay? It's what he deems. What he thinks is a foreign adversary controlled application. That's what it is. It's kind of like that. Why can't I? Because I said so. God works in mysterious ways. Things like that. Right?
Because that's their algorithms do.
So March 5th, 2024, and it was amended, passed in the House of Representatives March 11, 2024. It's HR 7521. And it's going to hit the Senate.
They can't let that happen no more. Trump pointed this out 4 years ago.
And I'm going to get to
And some of y'all just knee deep in the Bible saying that we were cursed. But how can we be cursed when we're...
I mean, this shit is like,
to be controlled by the government in order for the government to gain.
That's yeah.
That's how.
And look, they're like I said, they're not. This is one of those ones where. Oh, here it is. Here we go. Here we go. Right here. This is what I was looking for. Right here. I want you guys to listen to this here and. I want you to see how these how they're talking about it in the House. Here.
Vote, the yeas are 352.
By the way, look at the numbers.
So Republicans voted yay 197, Democrats voted 155 for a total of 352 votes. Okay, so I mean, you had more Republicans vote for it than Democrats. Oh no, it's going to remove you from that application. Just like if you go to a casino thing on your thing, it'll say your country is not permitted to view this blah blah. You can't connect to this website. There's a lot of them that do that to me. So they can remove us. They can remove Americans from that application, and you will not be able to access TikTok. Unless, I mean, I'm sure you could on, you can go around routers and shit like that, right? But they can take you and remove you where content isn't, like there's stuff on YouTube that where it says this content is not available in your country, right? So here, listen to this.
Which does the bidding of the Chinese Communist Party. We know this because ByteDance leadership says so, and because Chinese law requires it. This bill therefore forces TikTok to break up with the Chinese Communist Party. It does not apply to American companies.
That's a lie. That's a lie. It does apply to American companies.
And because Chinese law requires it.
Would you like me to show you why it applies to American companies? Because I can do that. Here we go. Back to the definitions of covered company or covered application, back to its general purpose. I'm telling you right now, here we go. So in the verbiage, go over this again. A controlled by foreign adversary means, the term controlled by foreign adversary means, with respect to a covered company or other entity that such company or other entity is, a foreign person that is domiciled in, is headquartered in, has its principal place of business in, or is organized under the laws of foreign adversary country, right? In general, the term covered company means an entity that operates directly or indirectly, including through a parent company, subsidiary, affiliate, a website, desktop application, mobile application, augmented or immersive technology application, permits a user to create an account or profile to generate, share, and view text, images, videos, real-time communication, or similar content. Okay? And if anybody wants to go over this themselves, like I said, it's HR 7521. Okay, now listen to this. So,
top app, mobile app.
So, here's the other things that it includes under the term covered company. It has more than 100,000 monthly active users with respect to at least 2 or 3 months preceding the date. Enables one or more users to generate, distribute content that can be viewed by other users of the website, desktop application, mobile application, augmented, immersive technology application. Enables one or more users to view content generated by other users, same thing, on desktops. Now, exclusion. Here's what the term covered company does not include. An entity, now remember, so far, they haven't said anything about foreign. In any of these, there's nothing. All right? This is all what the covered company includes, which is under the Foreign Adversary Controlled Application Act. These are the things that it includes, the things that I just read. Nowhere in there does it say anything about foreign. Then it goes, the term covered company does not include an entity that operates a website, desktop application, mobile application, augmented, immersive technology application, whose primary purpose is to allow users to post product reviews, business reviews, or travel information and reviews. And they're stating that it has to be able, basically what it is you can't go, the government doesn't have access to your data on TikTok. Right? They can't download any of your, yeah, China can, I understand this. Okay, yes, blah, 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 blah. We understand this. We know this. But most American companies that we think might be American companies are in fact probably a percentage of American companies. So my thinking was, does that tie in with the Oklahoma, the bill that the senator was trying to pass with the, or look at with the whole media? And I can't remember what that gosh darn thing was. It was like 1837, I think it was. I believe, something like that. Chris might know. That's what I'm saying. What? A felony to give someone Plan B pill? Are you serious? Are you see here now? Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you know Hooligan Bean. Hooligan Bean is one of those guys that, like, I hear something, I'm like, no, that's not. You need a fucking Plan B pill? I've got them right here. Okay, I got hundreds of them. You need one, ladies? Look, I know things happen once in a while. You fucking DM me and I got you. I ain't fucking playing that shit. Now look, here's the deal. We've got government trying to get into too much of our stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I understand that there has to be rule. There has to be law. All right. There has to be some sort of regulations on things because there's just too many people in the world and too many people are fucking idiots. All right. But to start telling people when they can and can't take a Plan B pill and blah, blah, blah. You know, I think those should be available. I stay out of the abortion shit. You know what I mean? I have my opinions about it, but I stay out of that shit. It's not my fucking body. You know what I mean? Like, ultimately, that's up to a woman. So I don't really agree with a bunch of old middle-aged fucking dudes sitting in a fucking place fucking making a law to ban or not ban fucking abortion. That's none of my business, you know. But I don't think that they should be making that decision personally. I don't think that they should make decisions on what we can and can't view, or what is deemed to be propaganda or not propaganda. Look, they're worried because they say that TikTok is gives us propaganda and blah 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 and tries to. Our government does that to us every single day. I mean, look at our marijuana program. At first, it was the people's program. Whose program is it now? Because I can tell you right now, it ain't no people's program. The minute it turned into a fucking program was the minute we lost that shit. The minute that motherfucking shit turned into a program, we lost that shit. You know what I mean? Chris will remember this. Remember this, Chris? Remember these all these things they wanted to change on there? Like, remember when they were trying to say, prohibit home grow, prohibit all smokable forms? Remember all that shit? Address child safety guidelines, labeling, packaging, safety warning. What are they coming back and doing now? Because we let them, because they started doing all this amendment to all these bills, this stuff on statute changes to State Question 788, some of these things on this list right here that fucking were tossed the fuck out the window when State Question first passed, coming back. Like the packaging, um, require medical marijuana to be included as a mandatory reportable field. That's now requires dispensary to maintain a pharmacy. They're trying to implement that. I mean, here's the thing: prepackaging, inevitable. It's gonna happen. Right now, I believe we're the only state that does not have prepackaging. I believe all other states are prepackaged. At least the ones that I've been to. I mean, so packaging did pass. Well, of course it's going to pass. I mean, here's the thing. People, that's the thing. Most Oklahomans, I don't know if, and I'm not going to, I hate to say this, and it's probably going to piss people off, but I don't know the exact numbers. This is a stipulation. This is a guesstimate. But I'm going to guess that most Oklahomans before 788 had no fucking clue how a dispensary operated, how legal weed was going to operate, how blah, blah, blah. It was just, they went and they looked at how other laws were done and everything. Now, I'm not saying there weren't people that went and have bought and aren't from California, Colorado. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is the average patient, right, probably, because even then, by the time state question 788 passed, everybody around us had prepackaging. You see what I'm saying? So, like, if we were smart, we could have looked at Colorado, California, and be like, whatever's happening there, I don't care what we try to do, it's moving this way. We can prolong it, we can do whatever we want with that, but it's coming. But yet everybody gets crazy fucking over their head when they're like, you're gonna have a gas license? What the fuck? Well, I mean, you're working with fucking gas. I mean, you should know that. Like, if I was a processor, I probably would have got a gas license. I probably would have got a fucking, the CO2 fucking, sting. I would have got all that just because I know. Like, if I was a processor and that's what I was going to do, I would have already probably known, because I would have already probably processed another fucking state and probably would have known, man, they're going to want these upgrades and these upgrades, guaranteed. The question lies in all these upgrades and stuff is, do they have the staff to fucking make that thing happen? And the answer is no, obviously, because you have people that are putting in for, get their license updated, all this stuff, and OMA can't fucking do shit on time. Like, they wake up in the morning, they got to take a huge shit, but they don't. They let it just keep compacting up there. And so just little droplets like a rabbit turds come out every once in a while. So if you fuck up, you get pushed to the back of the line. You know what I'm saying? And by that time, how much money have you lost? I don't know all the ins or outs, because guess what? These are just my opinions. I ain't a fucking business owner. You know what I mean? Like, that's not my fucking forte. My forte is to just stay benign, stay neutral, and stay, other people's arguments. I'll give you my opinion on it, but I ain't taking sides on shit. That ain't my fucking business. But what I do take fucking business is in when it comes to media and being able to fucking open your fucking dick suckers if you want to. That's what I care about. You know what I mean? If you can't speak your mind or give your opinions without other people getting upset, right? Because you should be able to have a conversation. That's something that the industry lost fucking as soon as people started butting heads, dude. It was like everybody fucking, I was including me. I'm not gonna fucking, hey, look, I was one of them. Lost a fucking head. All of a sudden, we forgot to have a fucking how to have goddamn courtesy conversations. And we were fucking keyboard warring on that motherfucker. Just blah, 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 motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, that shit was that right there was like one of our downfalls. Was the you know what I mean? And I participated in this shit. I ain't gonna say I didn't. You know what I mean? There was a time where it was like, I gotta get fucking likes. You know? And now it's like, why? God, there could have been so much more stuff that I could have been. Because I started out like dissecting 7088, the bill, the unity bills. I like looking at the language, and I like looking at the language in law terms, because it's all law jargonish. It's not your typical everyday language that you read in a book, so it intrigued me. I like that kind of shit. And there was a lot of people, the canopy law. There's a lot of stuff that was said that we needed to work on, and people, we just couldn't grab that spark back that we had when, 788 was there the first, 2 years. So, we have, since then, I mean, honestly, look how dark and kind of, because I look at it as in a culture. I don't look at it as in really a business or a industry. I look at it as a culture. And the cannabis culture here got dark. It went real fucking dark, real quick. Like, we've had people fucking murdered, suicided, or, I'm sorry, unalived. Can't say that word, sorry. They're probably not going to play my shit on YouTube now because I said that, my bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Friends lost, people don't talk to each other, freaking, all this stuff, like, and let me tell you, at first I was like, oh yeah, right, like people, like some fucking senator's gonna be watching my live video while I'm sitting here just going, they fucking watch. They fucking watch. They watch. Trust me, they watch. I surprisingly got an email from a representative. I won't say their name. But I got cussed out. Not really cussed out. It wasn't cussed out. It was more of a, I think it was more of a, like, where, like, who, how, why would you bring that up? And you should look into your facts a little bit more. There, things like that, which I did look into my facts more, and I was still right. It was just less of a, an average person like me gets a fucking an email from a representative. You're kind of like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I thought I was in trouble. I was like, God dang, they finally caught me fucking selling drugs or something. I don't sell drugs. I'm just, that was in my past. I'm just, never mind. My humor might be a little raw. Anyway, that's why you don't hear me talking about. Now I know there's been provisions and there's people ready to go if it happens, but that's why I don't talk a lot about personal patients and what they do at home. With their little setups and stuff. I don't bring that up because they haven't fucked with it yet. You know what I mean? And so I feel like if it's not in the mouth, it's not being discussed, it'll stay off the radar. That's my hope. Look, the last person that was as dark as me that dreamed, you know what happened to him, right? So, sometimes I don't really go on hopes and dreams. I just go on, like, it's not going to happen. Like, they won't touch it. You know what I mean? Like, I go on the, like, not a what if or I hope. It's going to happen or it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? I try not to invite any type of unnecessary vibe. That's why I try to stay away from the quirky things like hashtag Me Too, hashtag Unity Bill. You guys remember those. But another good funny thing is the events thing. No, I don't know if you guys remember, but so in 2019 I threw the OG Cup. Right, me and Cody from Left Hand Okie, bunch of other people. Thank you, by the way. Shout out to Canola Gardens. Shout out to Chris, his wife. A lot of people, everybody. Chris was there. He got hooked up with an award, but there was a lot of talk. Man, you can't do that. They're gonna ban it. That talk once again is now it's actually it's a for real thing. There is a woman that is a representative, I believe, that is trying to present a bill that bans cannabis events. Or at least puts them under control of OMMA, or they might regulate it. I don't know, something like that. But I know they're trying to ban cannabis, which that is true. Hey, later, Chris. make sure you come out to Chronic Palooza. I know people, look, whether you like Carrie or not, it's just a fun time. We might not have any of these fucking events here someday, I'll go to, I've gone to Chronic Palooza. I love Harvest Fest, dude. Shout out to Harvest Fest people, man. Fucking love it out there. Some people are, and you're always in a controversy. It's just a drug fest, blah, blah. My kind of festival. I'm just saying, I have a lot of fun out there. And, there's always these rumors of, someone was the R word, and blah, 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 or there was an assault, or, that's never happened at the OG Cup. And honestly, if it had, I would have been like, God, I wish I would have been the victim. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, it's never happened. I don't even know if it's actually happened at any of these events that people say it. Those are alleged things. I went to the Harvest Fest last year and I had a blast. The second night I kind of stayed in under my covers for a little while, but freaking great. You know what I mean? Like, I love it. It's like a Woodstock, And I don't mind seeing a little, breast here and there, I'm not really a breast guy. I'm an ass man. But, hey, to each his own, whatever. I just don't want to see people not be able... And, we always say, oh, that's not going to... They can't do that, man. All I know is... Oh, yeah, Anthony, by the way. My international press pass is here. Press media. I'm bonded and licensed. Yay. But back to that shatter stuff too, by the way. I want some shatter. Need some shatter, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so go in and look at that. Oh, by the way, that video, if you guys want to watch that video, I think you should. Oh, here's Bill 437, by the way. I've been dissecting this. This is going to be my next one I go through. You guys remember Bill 437? Dane Calloway is where I got that information. And he is he researches his shit. He does his stuff right. Check him out. He might make... He does make a lot of people mad because he goes over, he's a history person, so he goes over history and lets you know. Did you guys know, you want to know something about slavery? Did you know that there were more white people in bondage and slavery than there were at one point black people? There was maybe only about 300 or something at the beginning of America when it came in. Most of them were prisoners of war or indentured servants and volunteered from Europe. Women and children sign up. They go over to the new world, and they had to work so that they'd get their ticket and everything paid for, and so they gave servitude up. Their job. Yeah, just learn that shit out. And if you go back and you can and you look and you read, you'll find out. Same thing with the Indians didn't even get an identity till close to 1950 on the Census Act. A lot of questions on that. Have you ever noticed that? I won't get into that. People might get upset on that. Okay, look. Just go back and we'll just watch all this stuff. Now I understand why you have people. Did you know that? Have you ever heard the word Afro-eccentric? Afro-eccentric? Like they're talking about like a type of person. Oh, they're Afro-eccentric. Afro is a fucking hairstyle. It's not a fucking type of person. Yeah, I mean, you got, you know, like, if you ask a person that's from Africa, truly from Africa, they're not going to tell you they're from Africa. They're going to tell you what fucking tribe they're from. I'm from this tribe. They're not going to even tell you. They're not going to say I'm African. Saying. There's some crazy things, man. Or have you noticed, like, and it's in a lot of the five tribes, some will say, yeah, I'm, you'll be like, oh, you're Indian. They're like, oh, yeah, yeah. And you're looking at them, you're kind of like, and then they say something like, well, yeah, so I'm half Polish and half Choctaw. Like, a lot of said people, and now that now that I think about it and I look back, I'm like, oh God, that is weird. Well, strange. They all have like these features, like they're either from Polish or from Poland or from like Slavic, or it's really strange. And by the way, when you take a DNA test, the only way you can tell if you're from a native tribe or you're actually from a tribe, ancestors, a blood test is going to give you traits of a certain. It's not going to tell you. That's DNA can't do that. Like, it can tell you like it's not going to be like, oh well, you're from this. It'll give you the what is it? The traits, whatnot. It'll say, well, it looks like you have Polish descent because they have certain DNA. You know what I mean? But you know, back then, the census started in 1830. The Census Act was 1836. Somewhere in the 1830s was the first census when they dubbed the Census Act or Census Day. And so you got to remember back then you had lots of tribes outside of areas. A state couldn't even become a state unless it was deemed to be civilized. Meaning there had to be more foreigners than natives present and living in said state before it was allowed to join the Union. Right? Hence why they still say Oklahoma Territory. It's kind of odd. But that it's interesting. So go check them out. Go check out Dan Calloway. Go look at all the lost history of the American Indian. Because there's a difference between Native American and American Indian. I don't know if you know, and even Indian. Because in my book, there's one Indian. They're from India. All right, but there's natives and there's Niji. The Niji, the natives. But that's a tribe of Indian. That's, you know, they're not native. They're not native India over there. They're just Indian. Do you see what I'm saying? Well, I mean, they wouldn't be. Everybody knows they're native to that land, so you don't need to put native there. But do you see the connotation between Native American and Native Indian and American Indian? Do you see the difference? It's all in the play of words. And you watch how they talk about it. And I'm not going to say anybody, I'm not going to be like, oh, you're not really fucking Indian, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying. Before North America, before America was ever discovered, I can promise you 100% that there was not a fucking native person on this island, not one Niji, not nobody, that was on this continent that was lighter skinned than me. Like, I promise you. Before America was ever discovered, there wasn't a person in North America that was lighter skinned than me. They might have been a little lighter than me, but there wasn't anybody that was like white, Caucasian at all. They were either black, bronze, copper, but you had no, like, there wasn't even like in Iran, like Iranians are typically like fair skinned, right? They're not as dark as say Saudis, right? And Saudis even are fair skinned. Okay. Kuwait. I mean, you guys see what I'm saying, right? It's so. Yeah, just watch this. Just watch it. I like other people to watch it, and then the discussion is better prepared, because if people don't know what I'm saying, or if you're already like, that's not true, oh no, that's not what I learned, like it's not gonna, like, you have to like first see what I'm talking about, and then that way you can dissect it and then see if it's even worth having a debate. Or I like to debate things, because that's how you get knowledge. That's how you get smarter, is by debating things. Because sometimes, man, you think, you can debate away, and come to find out, you find out that, man, you know what? I kind of like that guy's ideas, man. He might be onto something here, I mean, I like to work with that guy, you know what I'm saying? He's got something there. You know what I mean? That's how things like that happen, is you're usually having a debate over something, and you realize, I like where you know what, maybe we should work together, because I see where you're coming from, you know what I mean? How many times have I lit this and it's gone out? Several. Anthony, let's do something. Let's go out. Let's go get some stories. Let's go utilize my new press credentials. Oh, by the way, I'm going to formally request, now that I can do it a lot easier, because my pass is updated and everything. There's things that I want to look at that I'm curious about, because I feel like there's certain things that aren't being handled right, and I feel like I can. There's a couple of us that figure out some things that we can figure some things out, and I'm curious about them, But one thing, I'll let you guys know this. Because I don't play sides, and because I like to fucking flow through the middle, I like to have options at all times. I like to be able to look to my left and to my right, and at any time be able to jump on either side. Just because one side sometimes has their points, others, there's times where, I don't agree with something, and I'm like, man, I can't really support that, But I like to stay in the middle on most things. And most things, I do just, people won't understand, and I don't explain it. But one thing I won't do is, like, whatever anybody does in their own fucking business, I don't give a fuck. Lands on my area, I give a fuck. If it affects me, I give a fuck. If it doesn't affect me, I like to talk about it, and, I'll give my opinion on about it, you should check this out, or you might not want to, but other than that, do what you got to do, as long as you don't hurt other people. And just know if you're in business, man, business is I'll just leave you with this phrase. When in Rome, do as the Romans. That's how I look at business sometimes. And sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and go, you know what? And you just got to jump out that door and into a gray area sometimes, you know? Because there's a lot of loops and swivels and turns around rules and regulations and things like that, if you know what I mean, you know? And you can find yourself able to swim around in a very gray place without actually taking a wrong turn. Stall in language. Verbiage. Cojones. Love you guys. Peace out, motherfuckers. Yeah!